Open your book to page 74. Today's lesson is on the trigonometric functions and using the unit circle. So the word unit circle means a circle with radius of 1. Unit means 1, right? So unit circle means circle with radius of 1. Now that's the advantage of using the radius of 1 when you're using the circle. For example, if you have a circle and just pick any point over here in a standard position. So if this is 1, and let's call this A and this is B, right? So if the radius is 1, and that means it's hypotenuse. So in this case, normally the sine function, so sine theta is the opposite of hypotenuse. So it would be B over 1, so which is equal to B. So with hypotenuse or radius equal to 1, the sine would be just the vertical. And same thing with cosine. So cosine theta simplified into just A. Okay. So that is on page 75, the picture. That's where the things came from. But you can use any number for the radius of a circle. So you try to be flexible. So if the more flexible you have, the easier for you to solve problems. Okay. Now let's go to page 79 in a pink box. Again, we already covered this. So on page 79, again, this is just the reciprocal functions. You have the cosecant is 1 over sine of x. Right? We covered this before already, right? Sine and cosecant, they are reciprocal of each other. And same thing with secant. Secant is 1 over cosine. And cotangent is equal to 1 over tangent. So these are review. So kind of just quick review on that. Okay, now let's go over some examples how to solve problems. So let's go to page 81. And let's go and do some examples. So let's do number 2. So the instruction says verify that point Q lies on a unit circle and find the exact value of each of the 6 trigonometric functions of the terminal side of the angle. So basically what I want you to do is you want to find the value of 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay? So the key to do this is to draw your triangle. So first thing you want to do is draw a triangle. Okay, so step 1, just go and draw your triangle. And notice over here the point Q is at 5 over 13 and 12 over 13, right? Now don't put a scale on this. Don't put a little hash mark, okay? So what you do is, remember, this is your horizontal. That's your X and that's your Y. And what you do is look at it. All you have to remember is which side is long, which side is short. So long side, long leg, short leg. So X is short, so you just go this way. So this is, if this is short, you want to make the vertical, the Y, longer than that. So you can short, long. Now if this is long, then you have to make a short over here. So just make one long, one short. Okay, so just draw a length. And so if this is short, then the vertical would be longer than that. Now if this is shorter, then you would be like up here, right? So if it's long and short, it'd be like that. So if it's short and long, it'd be like that. Okay? And then you just go ahead and draw like that. And what you want to do, so first draw your triangle. Don't make a 45-45 triangle unless the numbers are the same. So you want to draw like about 30-60 triangle. So again, first draw your triangle. Okay, step 1, draw a triangle. Step 2, label your length. So 5 over 13, 12 over 13, and use your Pythagorean theorem. You can see that this would be 13 over 13. Okay, I don't want to simplify yet, but if you remember from your geometry, this is one of the spatial triangle, right? The 5, 12, 13 spatial triangle. So if you know your spatial triangle, this is very simple, right? 5, 12, 13 spatial triangle. If you don't get that, use your Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. So again, step 1, draw your triangle. Step 2, use your Pythagorean theorem or use your spatial triangle, get all 3 sides. Then after that, all you have to do is just get your function, right? So, and here's your theta. So sine theta equal to this over that. And notice the 13 will cancel out, so it'd be 12 over 13. The denominator will cancel out. Now, if you don't see that, if you don't know what to do with that, then this is what you... Okay, so the sign would be this over that, right? So it'd be 12 over 13 over 13 over 13, which is 1 anyway, right? And, you know, that's going to make this into 1. It's a little bit simpler. So that's how come this is equal to 12 over 13, because it's 12, 13 over 1. So if you use unit circle, this becomes unit circle, right? Now, cosine theta is this over that, so it'd be 5 over 13. Tangent theta is the vertical over horizontal, so it'd be 12 over 13 over 5 over 13. And complex fraction, again, a lot of review from algebra, right? To solve, to simplify complex fraction, you multiply by the common denominator, so this will cancel out, so it'd be 12 over 5. Okay? So once you get sine, cosine, tangent, then the other three would be reciprocal, right? So sine go with cosecant, you just flip it upside down. Cosine go with secant, you just flip it upside down. And cotangent go with tangent, flip upside down, and that's it. So that's what you want to do. So again, let's sum up what we talked about. So all the trigonometric problems, what you do is step 1, draw your triangle. Step 2, get all 3 sides. Then after that, you get your function and just do that, and that's it. So again, very simple. Okay. Now let's go to number 10. So number 10, you have this point, and you want to find the you want to find the exact value of the trigonometric functions. Okay. So again, same problem. Number 10, the point is at -5, -12. Okay. So again, this is short, this is long. So you go -5, and then you go down -12. Right? Short, long. And draw your hypotenuse. And if you remember, again, that's your 5, 12, 13 spatial triangle. And radius or hypotenuse is always positive. It does not have a direction. It's always positive. So it'd be 13, and so you have your theta, right? So in this case, again, sine theta. Sine is vertical, so it's this over that. So it'd be -12 over 13, right? Sine is, again, think about stop sign, right? It goes up and down. So that's how you remember sine. It's up and down. So that by doing that, you can remember cosine is horizontal. So it'd be -5 over 13. And tangent is a slope. Tangent is a slope, so it's y over the x. So it'd be 12 over 5, right? 12 over 5. And the negative cancel out. So it's vertical, so y over x. So that's your tangent theta. So after you get a 3, the other 3 would be just reciprocal. So sine go with cosecant. So it'd be -13 over 12. And secant, it'd be -13 over 5. And cotangent is 5 over 12. Okay, and that's it. So again, the key is draw your triangle, label all 3 sides, and then use your function, the definition of each function, and then you get all the ratio, and that's it. Okay, so every point is the same thing. Okay, now let's go and do number 16. Let's go to page 82. Again, all these ones are the same. So page 82. Let's do number 16. So they give you one of the functions. So sine theta is equal to -4 over 5. And this is in quadrant 3. So again, it doesn't matter what they give you. The key is draw your triangle. So here's your quadrant 3. Now notice sine, you have to know where it came from. Okay, so this is for the vertical, and this is the hypotenuse. So your triangle is like this. This is a -4. This is a 5. That's where it came from. Right? The bottom number is your hypotenuse. So it's 5. And bottom number is always positive. And therefore, the vertical would be -4. Okay, so again, remember what I said, right? The key is draw your triangle, and it tells you it's in quadrant 3. So this is kind of not too bad. So draw your triangle, label all 3 sides. And again, you have to remember from your geometry, your spatial triangle, right? So it's going to be 3, 4, 5, right? But you have to be careful, this is the negative. Okay? So horizontal and vertical has direction. You have to watch if it's positive or negative. The hypotenuse is always positive. So again, once you draw your triangle, label all 3 sides, and now you can write your function. So sine theta is already given, but let's go and write all 6 again. Okay, so you don't go all over the place, because when you go all over the place, it's very easy to make a mistake. So always go sine, cosine, tangent, and then after you go to use the other 3. So sine is -4/5, cosine theta is -3/5, and tangent theta is is a vertical over horizontal. It's a slope, so it's y/x. So it'd be 4/3. Okay, so again, tangent. Remember, tangent is slope. The slope is y/x. And if you don't remember the slope formula, the slope equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So that's what that is. Again, they are the same thing. So y2 minus y1, that is this distance over here. x2 minus x1, that's the distance over here. So you got to make the connection. They are the same thing. Okay? Okay, so now once you get sine, cosine, tangent, you can get the other 3, right? So cosecant theta equal to -5/4, and cosine go with secant, so this will equal to -5/3, and tangent go with cotangent, so cotangent theta equal to 3/4, and so that is your answer right over here. Okay. Now for number 23 through 40, those are calculated problems. Now you have to be careful now. You have to pay attention to which mode that you're using. So like number 24, you have cosine of 7 radian. So on your calculator, like over here, see the degree over here? You can push that button to, so right now, if you look on the calculator, it says DEG. So that means in degree mode. But if you're using the radian, you have to change into radian mode. Okay, so you say RAD, so radian mode. So now you're all set. So you go 7, and you push cosine, and that is your answer. That's your ratio. So 0.7539, and that's the answer. So you got to pay attention to which mode. So if it's radian, you got to point the radian mode on your calculator. If it's degree, you put in degree mode. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So let's go and do some practice. Let's see. I'm gonna put this right up here.